Where's the camera? There it is. All right. Welcome to Facebook Live. Welcome to the.
We're live.
Huh?
Sorry.
Yeah, it's the camera's out there somewhere.
Hey, hi.
And we've got Nick to my right, and this is Adam Hambrick, and we want to welcome him to Sacramento.
Yeah. Thank you.
And Nick, you probably never get to say anything, so right now, just what's on your mind right at this moment?
Just want to say hi, Mom. Hope you're doing good.
Your hat is for the minor league baseball team in Nashville.
That's true.
You like baseball?
You know, I'm more of a go and eat and drink at the ballpark kind of guy.
There you go.
So
That means he likes baseball.
That's right. Adam, when you were growing up, did you play sports?
I did play sports. I didn't play a lot of sports well, but I played sports, though.
Okay. And then at what age did you figure out that music is where you wanted to go?
You know, so my dad's a pastor, and my mom was a piano player. And so just growing up, that's just what we did. I tell people we sang together like the Southern Baptist Von Trapp family, you know what I mean? So
So you're constantly on the move?
No, it was like the church and all that. That was where I learned that I love music, that I was good at music, and that I kind of didn't want to do anything else with my life but music, you know. And so it's kind of like really early age that I had that realization.
The story of how you really got discovered and pushed towards Nashville is pretty cool. Could you tell that, please?
Yeah, so I was just making music on the side. I was working a full-time job in Conway, Arkansas, and I did. I made this record, and I was doing some local morning TV show. It's called Good Morning Arkansas to kind of promote that record. And Justin Moore just happened to be at home because he lives in Arkansas, and he happened to see me on TV. And then he called his producer and said, "Hey man, you need to check this guy out." And his producer like sent me an email that I totally thought was spam. 100% thought it was one of those MySpace like, give us $50, we'll give you 50,000 followers kind of thing.
Right.
But it wasn't, and so I got that email, called the guy. His name's Jeremy Stover. I went to meet Jeremy the next day, and ever since then, we've kind of been thick as thieves. He's been the dude who's essentially brought me from Arkansas to Nashville, and I'm grateful for that.
You talk about happenstance.
I kind of won the songwriter lottery, I'm going to be honest.
Okay, so that happens, and then off to Nashville you go. Have you been back to Arkansas to play?
Sure, yeah. I go back to Arkansas a couple times a year and, you know, do a club show, or I've done a couple of shows at, my college, University of Central Arkansas. Go Purple Bears.
Purple Bears?
The Purple Bears. Well, they're the Bears, but they're also purple. So like, there's not Purple Bears in the official logo or anything, but they're purple and they're the Bears, and I love them.
Have you played with Justin Moore?
Man, I haven't like opened a show for Justin Moore, like played with Justin, but I wrote his single that he put out last year called "Somebody Else Will."
You know that song, right?
And I wrote that song, and it was really cool because the town. I actually did a lot of my growing up in North Mississippi, in a town called Corinth, and he played a show in Tupelo, which is about 40 minutes from Corinth, and the big arena there where I used to go watch wrestling and concerts, and he had me come out and sing "Somebody Else Will" with him at that show, and that was amazing.
Did you know that was happening, or did he set that up ahead of time?
I was just visiting with him on his bus earlier that day because I was out riding with another artist, and he's like, "Hey man, you want to come sing with me?" And I was like, yeah.
Yeah, of course you do. And you've also done some songwriting for some other artists, and they're songs that people would probably be a little bit familiar with.
Yeah, so songwriting has been kind of the thing that has been my bedrock. It's like what I've tried to build my career on is songwriting and the storytelling, and moving to Nashville, that's what I was doing, was just writing for other artists. And Justin recorded "Somebody Else Will." Dan and Shay cut a song called "How Not To," and that was a big hit for them, and that was actually my first #1. And then Justin had recorded another song with Miranda Lambert. It's called "Old Habits." It was a duet with them, and I've had numerous other things: Maddie and Tay, Trent Harmon, Eli Young Band, and some others. But yeah.
How does your life change when you hit #1?
Bigger house?
You're still waiting for it, too? Or?
I'm out of student loan debt. How about that?
You know what? Nice. That's a goal. That's a goal.
That's right.
Well, so was your primary focus when you first got in? Obviously, you can sing, but were you primarily focused on just being a songwriter?
Yeah. 100%.
Really, you weren't
that was the
focused on
focus.
being a performer first. It was songwriter, and or maybe you'd wind your way into it. Or?
It was kind of a thing, like the songwriting opened the door for the artist track for me. Like songwriting was kind of my first love. I knew I was always going to make records in some capacity, like make music and put it out for whoever liked it. But the more I was writing songs, the more other people were cutting those songs. It kind of made me realize, like, no matter what, I'm writing these songs for me, one way or the other. And so when the opportunity came, to work with Universal and Capitol in Nashville, like that was just the right opportunity for me to kind of walk through that door for myself.
Do you find that it's been more successful for you to write about songs, like you said, for you, as opposed to, oh, this one will be for Dan and Shay, or this will be for Justin Moore? I'm just going to write songs that I'm interested in.
Yeah, that's pretty much how I have to write, because some people can like get in other artists' heads and like, I don't think Luke Bryan would say that, or I think Luke Bryan was like, I can't do that. Like, I'm really bad at
like
trying to
make your speakers go boom boom. That's not something that would just naturally occur to you.
Maybe not, but I just know the best songs that I write are songs that, like, when I'm just trying to say what I would say, and that's a thing that's like resonated with other artists, and so like the more I do that, I feel like the more people actually resonate with it.
One thing that I think you were talking about on an interview that I read is songwriters that's an 8 to 5 job for you guys. You go in and you write.
Hard hats and lunch pails, baby.
Do you ever look up and somebody's cutting a song that you completely forgot about, or it's one that you were like, and all of a sudden you're like, wait, Miranda's recording that one?
Yeah. But the Justin Moore Somebody Else Will, that's not one I forgot about. I thought when we wrote it, we were like, that's a hit, like that sounds, it feels like all the hallmarks of a hit, whatever that is. Like, we thought that we had written something awesome. And then but when in my demo, like, it kind of sounds like a pop song. And then when Jeremy told me Justin was going to cut it, I was like, who's going to cut it? And then but when he sang it, man, like, it's a country smasher, like, just because it's got his vocal on it. And so, like, you get surprised like that. You don't think, you think you know what a song is or what it could be, and then circumstance throws you a curveball, and then it ends up being something else.
So How Not To for Dan and Shay, which went to #1. How close is their version to how you wrote it?
They did a few things production wise, but like lyrically, melodically, and all that stuff, like it's the same. Except Shay, the last chorus where Shay goes up and sings a ridiculous note. That's just a Shay Mooney in the studio, like being Shay Mooney. But other than that, it's pretty consistent. The guitar hook, that's a Dan Smyers original.
Okay.
Kind of doom 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 doom, that thing. But
Well, we're going to let you play. Before we finish up, though, Nick, do you have anything to add? Is there anything you can tell us about Adam, having been out on the road a little bit with him? Anything that would surprise these folks here?
Surprise, maybe. No, but I do say that the majority of our conversation is about SEC football. We are big SEC football people.
we're football honks for sure.
All right. Well, you're in Pac-12 territory, so.
I know.
Nick's over here trying to get me booed off the stage.
All right, Nick, Adam Hambrick.
Thank you, guys.